The sun cast golden light through ancient trees, illuminating dust in the quiet air. The disciples sat before the Buddha, awaiting wisdom. Buddha observed their faces, heavy with concern. Their burdens weighed upon them. Unseen but deeply felt, he spoke with calm certainty. You carry many things, Buddha began. Work demands your strength. Family calls for your presence. Desire pulls at your mind. You struggle to balance. A disciple raised his head. Master, how can we find peace when the world pulls us in many directions? His voice trembled. Buddha picked up a stone, holding it between his fingers. He raised it for all to see before gently tossing it away. Balance is not carrying everything at once, Buddha said. It is knowing what can be set down. The mind clings needlessly. The disciples watched the stone disappear into the grass. Buddha continued, his voice steady as the evening breeze rustled the leaves. Imagine a man walking through a dense forest, Buddha said. He carries 2 heavy jars, one filled with water, one with oil. Both hold great value to him. He fears spilling either. He walks carefully, growing weary under their weight. Buddha's eyes softened. Life is like these jars, Buddha said. You clutch tightly to work, fearing loss. You grasp for joy, unwilling to release. In clinging to both, you exhaust yourself, Buddha continued. You think balance means carrying everything. But true balance is knowing release. A young woman hesitated before speaking. Must we abandon work to find peace? Will renouncing desire grant us freedom? Doubt filled her voice. Buddha smiled gently. No, child. You must only abandon the illusion that you must carry everything at once. He paused. One does not balance by adding weight, Buddha explained. One balances by wisdom, knowing what must be carried and what may be set aside. The disciples sat quietly, their minds absorbing his words. The forest whispered in the soft rustle of swaying leaves above them. Some burden themselves with work, Buddha said. They labor without rest, believing success will bring peace. But exhaustion clouds the spirit. Others seek pleasure without effort, Buddha continued. They chase moments of joy, but without meaningful action. Their lives drift without purpose. Neither path is balanced, Buddha said. Neither brings lasting peace. The middle way must be sought, the rhythm of effort and rest. A disciple furrowed his brow. But how do we know when to rest and when to strive? His uncertainty lingered in the air. Buddha nodded. The river teaches this lesson well. A man who rows endlessly will tire. A man who stops will drift. Effort and surrender work together, Buddha said. If you push endlessly against the tide, exhaustion will consume you. Wisdom knows when to pause. Do not fear rest, Buddha added. Rest does not mean failure. True balance comes from understanding the rhythm of life's flow. A bird sang nearby, its melody clear in the fading light. The disciples listened to its song, feeling its unforced harmony. Consider the candle, Buddha said. A flame that burns too fiercely consumes itself. A flame that burns too faintly cannot illuminate the path. Your work and your life must be like this candle, Buddha said. Neither in overexertion nor in neglect. A steady flame lasts. The disciples watched Buddha's hands, steady and relaxed. His presence itself was a lesson, an embodiment of his words. Many fear setting down their burdens, Buddha continued. They believe they must carry everything at all times. This is an illusion. What you hold tightly in fear will only weigh you down, Buddha said. But when you release, you find greater strength. A disciple, deep in thought, spoke. Master, I have struggled to balance my life. I work tirelessly but feel empty. What must I do? Buddha gazed at him kindly. Rest is not weakness. Effort alone does not bring fulfillment. You must align action with wisdom. Work with presence, Buddha instructed. Do not simply labor for future gain. Work with mindfulness, and the weight will lighten. Live with care, Buddha continued. Seek meaning in rest. A moment of stillness allows clarity to emerge, revealing the way forward. The disciple sighed, his shoulders easing. He understood. The way forward was not in carrying more, but in moving with intention. The forest deepened into twilight, the last golden rays fading into soft indigo. The disciples sat in quiet reflection, understanding at last, live neither in struggle nor complacency. Buddha said, "Flow like the river, burn like the steady flame. Know when to hold on and let go." In this understanding, balance was found. The disciples bowed in gratitude, their hearts lighter. The path was clear. The journey continued. Another day, another lesson under the open sky. The disciples walked with Buddha along a quiet path, their minds filled with questions. The river lay ahead, its surface shimmering under golden light. The waters moved steadily, carrying fallen leaves upon the current. Buddha paused beside the riverbank. His disciples gathered close, waiting for his words to bring clarity to their restless thoughts. "You strive endlessly," Buddha said. "You work. You chase success. You seek fulfillment. Yet, exhaustion clouds your spirit, leaving you restless." A disciple, known for diligence, stepped forward. "Master, if we stop striving, will we not fall behind?" His voice carried uncertainty. Buddha picked up a single leaf and dropped it into the water. The disciples watched its movement, carried effortlessly by the flow. "See how the leaf moves," Buddha said. "It does not resist. It is carried by the current. Yet it reaches its destination. The river teaches wisdom," Buddha continued. "A man who rows endlessly tires. A man who does nothing drifts without direction. Balance lies in knowing when to exert effort and when to rest," Buddha said. "Push against the current, and you exhaust yourself. Let go completely, and you are carried without purpose," Buddha added. "True wisdom is the middle way, flowing with the rhythm of life." A disciple furrowed his brow. "But Master, how do we know when to act and when to be still?" Uncertainty lingered in his voice. Buddha gestured toward the river. "Observe the water," he said. "It moves naturally. It does not hesitate, nor does it resist its course. When the current is strong, a man must row," Buddha explained. "When the waters are still, a man may rest without fear." To understand life's rhythm, you must listen, Buddha continued. Listen to your mind. Listen to your body. Listen to the world around you. The disciples stood quietly, watching the flowing river. Some understood immediately. Others still held their doubts. Fearing loss through inaction, Buddha sat upon a rock, his presence calm as the river's steady movement. He watched his disciples, waiting for them to speak. A young woman stepped forward. "Master, I fear rest," she admitted. "If I pause, will I lose what I have worked for?" Buddha picked up a smooth stone and placed it gently in her hand. "Feel its weight," he instructed. "Its weight is like your fear." She held the stone, feeling its cool surface against her palm. Buddha smiled and gestured toward the river once more. "A stone thrown into the river sinks," Buddha said. "It does not float, nor does it move with the current. Fear clings like this stone," Buddha continued. "It holds you down. It keeps you from flowing. It prevents movement, preventing balance." The woman hesitated, then released the stone. It dropped into the water, disappearing beneath the surface. She exhaled softly, understanding its meaning. "You must let go," Buddha said. "Trust the flow of life. Trust that effort and rest work together as the river flows." A bird sang nearby, its melody carried upon the wind. The disciples listened, feeling the wisdom of the natural world around them. "The man who labors endlessly forgets the joy of stillness," Buddha said. "The man who seeks only rest forgets the purpose of effort." Life is like this river, Buddha continued. It moves forward, carrying all who allow themselves to be guided by its rhythm. The sky deepened into evening, soft hues of crimson and gold painting the horizon. The disciples understood, their burdens lighter, their minds clearer. You fear falling behind, Buddha said. Yet life carries you forward, even in moments of stillness. Trust the journey, trust the rhythm. The river flowed on, unceasing. The disciples bowed, gratitude in their hearts. Wisdom had been given, and understanding had been found. Another day, another lesson beneath the vast sky. The disciples gathered in silence, awaiting the Buddha's wisdom to illuminate their restless hearts. The night had fallen, stars glowed softly above, a single candle flickered before Buddha, its flame steady, unwavering in the still air. Buddha gazed upon his disciples, reading their exhaustion, their struggle between ambition and peace. He spoke with quiet certainty, his voice serene. You seek balance, Buddha said. Yet balance is misunderstood. Some burn too fiercely, exhausting themselves. Others burn too faintly, losing their way. The disciples watched the candlelight dance, its glow reflected in their eyes, revealing longing, uncertainty, and a silent desire for clarity. A candle that burns too brightly consumes itself quickly, Buddha continued. It burns hot, eager to illuminate, yet it cannot last. A candle that flickers too faintly offers no warmth, Buddha said. It dims, hesitant, unable to fulfill its purpose. Both lack harmony. A disciple, weary with life's burdens, stepped forward. Master, I labor each day without pause. My body aches, yet I cannot stop. Buddha smiled gently. You fear losing purpose if you rest. You mistake constant motion for progress. Yet, exhaustion blinds wisdom. He picked up the candle and held it before them. This flame is your spirit. If it burns too fiercely, it fades. The disciple bowed his head, absorbing the words. The others remained quiet, understanding the meaning carried in the candle's flickering light. Another disciple spoke, her voice soft. Master, I fear the opposite. I hesitate, unsure. I delay action and lose my way. Buddha placed the candle down. Indecision extinguishes the flame of growth. A life without direction is like a flame lost in the wind. You must neither burn too fiercely nor too faintly, Buddha said. You must burn steadily, steady enough to endure, bright enough to guide. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying the scent of earth, of night, of time itself passing through the silent moment. Balance is not found in extremes, Buddha said. It is neither endless labor nor eternal rest, it is the path between them. You work with no pause, fearing failure, Buddha continued. Yet, what use is success if your spirit is spent? Your heart weary? You hesitate in fear, avoiding action, Buddha said. Yet, what use is stillness if no journey is taken? No wisdom gained? A disciple looked into the flame. Master, how do we find this steady balance? How do we live with both effort and peace? Buddha reached for a second candle, lighting it from the first. Both burned together, equal in glow, neither overpowering nor fading. You must light your life with intention, Buddha said. Live neither in excess nor deprivation. Align your action with purpose. He turned to the disciples, his gaze steady. If you labor, let it be meaningful. If you rest, let it be complete. The flame teaches wisdom, Buddha continued. A steady flame does not consume itself quickly, nor does it disappear in hesitation. You must learn this balance in all things, Buddha said. Your thoughts, your actions, your desires, each must burn with steady purpose. The stars continued their slow journey above. The disciples sat in silence, the candlelight warm against the cool night air. Look upon the flame, Buddha said. It does not fear the wind, nor does it fight against stillness. It simply burns. And so must you, Buddha said. Burn with steady light, neither too fierce nor too faint. Live with harmony, with wisdom. The disciples bowed their heads, understanding at last. Balance was neither found in struggle nor surrender. It was the quiet flame within. The candle flickered, unwavering. The lesson had been given. The journey continued, their path illuminated by the wisdom of steady light. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.